Another beautiful day. Working away on trying to put the roof on, and it's really coming together. Starting to get the sheeting up. You can see behind me here. This freaking roof is massive, but big roof. There's lots of attic space, lots of room. It's gonna be sweet.
Well, to the wall. What do you want? Oh, your bent. Like good, but then you've got the wall that's short.
Okay. So do these need to come over?
G Money.
What?
All these need to come.
What do you think of this roof?
Slightly.
The G Money.
So we base it off of that.
It's big.
That's what she said.
If we flatten it out, we can play a mean game of foosball.
Okay, here's your tape.
If we flattened it out, we could land planes on it. Hey, why don't you give me a thumbs up? What a jackass. Hey, look over here. Yo, check me out.
Check it out.
Yo, check it out.
No, it's square. 90 degrees, 4 sides. You good over there? Split?
Shoot it all over me, Uncle George.
I have an absence of square footage.
Are you shitting me?
You're standing in the hole. See this nice clean spot right here?
Yeah.
Where once there used to be a
So-
stack.
So we had 20. What do you got now? You're down to 10-ish?
Less than 10, yeah.
Fuck. Okay, so you want me to go get some sheets?
That's your call, sir, but it wouldn't hurt.
Okay, well.
I'll watch you pack sheets and take pictures of my ass as I heave them up the sides, huh? That's what the viewers want. That's what the viewers get. Well, see, part of it is they can come back. No, because that's a full sheet. This is a full sheet. That's full sheet, boss. Bang, bang, bang.
Let's measure the next one down.
How are you? You got nails?
Really do need to get him a better tape measure.
Talking? That's mostly for safety's sake. We've been running this new Hitachi gun, and so far it's been awesome. No complaints. Stay square.
Yes, it does.
I love it when you say that. So one of the things that we've struggled with in building this roof is we've got the scissor trusses or the vault trusses that are in the living room. We've got attic trusses that are over the garage, and then at the end of the house we've got just regular roof trusses. And then we've got in the attic trusses, we've got a 4-foot stairwell to get up here to access this space. But what that's done is that breaks those trusses into different groups because they had to start and stop at specific points that may have not been on layout. So here we are putting up the roof sheeting and finding that, okay, we're going along 2 foot, 2 foot, 2 foot, everything's laying out. And then all of a sudden you come to one of the transitions, and because some of those like scissor trusses or regular trusses had to land on a wall, we may have a short space between trusses, so it messes up the sheeting. So we're having to make cuts as we go along because of those transitional areas. If everything was just perfectly 2 foot down the whole length of this house, we're 90 feet, then it would just be throw up full sheets and they would all work out 2 foot on center, and we could throw them down and it would cruise. But you go along, you get a couple that are on layout, 2 or 3 or 4, and then you're transitioning to the different trusses, and then you have to have a special cut. So having to cut a piece of sheeting, throw it up there. That's what's going on here. I think if this was my house, I really like this house. It's really, I mean, it's big. It's 40 by 90, and then you add a 3-car garage, and you add attic trusses to it. This is a big house. It's going to end up at 3,500 square foot of living space plus 1,200 square foot garage. But because of the simplicity of the shoebox design, these people are getting a lot of square footage without a lot of additional cost that you might find in a house that's really fancy and has a lot of different architectural details. So you can kind of value engineer your house design. If you keep it simple, you can go bigger, or if you go really fancy, you're going to get less square footage and more. I get what's better? It's either form or function. This house is very functional. It doesn't have a lot of style or form to it. I'm not sure if that's well said or not. But I always like function over form. This is a great house. I think I would have gone attic trusses through the whole entire house. They would have picked up another 1,800 square foot. So 2,400 downstairs and then 1,800 upstairs. This would be a massive house, but it would still have the look of a ranch house, rambler, whatever you want to call it. But they would have had a lot more square footage. But these are folks who are working towards retirement. There's not a lot of kids. They don't necessarily need all the square footage, but really cool house. I like this design. It's I keep calling it a shoebox, but it's more than that.
Because it's crude?
Because it's, you don't understand that decho.
If you don't know decho, it's a slang word.
Well, but it's just any kind of saying, right? Like, how are they using it? Like, think about English. How many times we say something, but it has a different meaning?
Like
what the hell? Somebody says like. What does it mean? Try this Stanley 25-footer, Troy.
So Milwaukee 30-foot tape measure. One of the important features is how far up there you can get it before it doesn't want to be up there anymore.
The important.
Oh.
I'm out there 11 foot. Okay, I want a full product review on tape.
Full product review on tape.
What I know is that this 30-foot Milwaukee, it's just the tape is too flimsy. It's just shit. I hate it. I mean, with all due respect, of course.
With all due respect.
So 'cause Lord knows it needs it. So then you get out the other. So I love the Fat Max.
I'm liking the Fat Max.
I like the Fat Max. Look at this bad boy. That's a good tape right there.
Somebody's getting their jollies off of that tape. Have a holly jolly Christmas.
The Walt 25 footer's seen some
Hard ride.
hard riding.
So I love the Fat Max. I've got 16, 25, 35,
40 foot, 50
40.
foot.
yeah. But I don't. That's a good tape.
Thank you for not hitting me with it.
What do you like?
I mean-
what do you, here, put some of this. I've always found a little lube goes a long way.
I like the white blade. I like the stiffness of it. The other two I actually like the fractional.
Really? So the numbers?
Yeah, being able to read those, but it takes some thinking out of the equation sometimes.
Lord knows we could use some of that around here. The WD-40 really helps.
Makes it smooth. Operates.
She's a smooth operator.
Very nice. Very nice.
So, if I had my druthers, I just don't think there's anything better than those Stanley Fat Max.
Cases are about the same size.
What's the weight? So here's my problem. This is definitely heavier, but it is 30 footer.
Another 5 feet, yeah. But
But-
it's a thinner blade, so it shouldn't be making that much of a difference.
It just doesn't have the shaft strength that I like. And I'm always trying to reach out and grab something. Maybe it is operated there. But look at the difference in the coating.
Oh yeah.
See that? Look at the
Yeah.
coating here. That coating is way better. The others, once you start to lose the coating, then see all this rust that you get.
Just builds right up.
You can see we're starting the sheeting on the roof, and it's getting started is always the hard part. It's really tedious trying to get that first row in along the bottom and then build on top of that. This roof is massive. It's about 5,000 square feet, and when you consider that sitting on top of a 3-car garage and a 2,400 square foot house, it's a massive roof. So something to consider if you're out there building is some people like a really steeped pitch roof. This is a 612 pitch. Some people like them really steep, like a 1212 or whatever. But you got to consider that square footage. The steeper you go, the more surface area it's going to take to cover that roof. So this, probably for this environment, with the amount of snow that they get here, with the winters that they get here, a 612 is a great pitch on the roof. They're going with a metal roof, everything's going to slide off. We've got these massive 4-foot eaves that'll push the edge of that roof out away from the house and get all the snow that's sliding off the roof as those piles build up will be further away from the foundation and from the siding. That'll help keep that snow from building up against the house and giving them possible moisture issues down the road. So the weather's been great. We're cruising along. It was supposed, the weatherman's calling for snow and rain this whole week, 50%, 90%. So far we haven't seen any of that, and fingers crossed we don't see any of that. Hopefully we can just keep going, get this roof sheeted. We've got some, you can see back here, we've got a little sheeting to do, and there's some blocking, and we've got some stuff inside to do for sheetrock backing. We've got some K-braces up in the trusses, and K-braces are lateral blocking that help the trusses. It gives shear strength inside inside the trusses. So there's odds and ends to do, but we're getting there. So hopefully here the next week or so we'll be wrapping this thing up. One issue that we've got is down here in the garage. We've got to get that. There's utilities that need to go in there. There's a water line, a propane tank line, we've got a sewer line, and we've got a power line that all need to go in there. And then they go into a mechanical room that's underneath the stairs that goes up to the attic space upstairs. So we've got to get those utility lines in. Then we've got to grade out that garage floor, pour the garage floor, and then we can build a platform and we can build the stairs up to the attic trusses. So quite a bit of work that's got to happen there, but there's some issues there. We've got roads. These county roads are still closed. I can't haul gravel. I can't haul concrete. All of that's too heavy. So we couldn't get it up here. I mean, we could get it up here 1 yard at a time, but the cost would be unbelievable. So we'll hope that the weather gets better and they open up the roads. But most of the roads that we've been driving to this job are wet, muddy, a lot of runoff. You can still see there's quite a bit of snow. But things are definitely getting better. It's you know, we're here we are, headed towards spring and this warmer weather, but I don't think we're out of the woods yet. We could still get a lot of rain. So it may be that we wrap this thing up, get the blocking and finish up some of the sheeting. We'll get the roof sheeting on, and we'll get it dried in, which means we'll put down all the underlayment. We won't put the metal up, but we'll put down the underlayment. That way it's dry inside. And we'll get the doors and windows set. Hopefully those will be here the next week, 10 days. And then we get those in. So the house will be dried in. That'll let plumbers, electricians, and the HVAC guys get to work inside without the worry of rain or snow or other issues. So it's cruising along. It's been a real fist fight the last few weeks working on this house. With the snow and the cold and the winter, the advantage is now we're headed into spring, and the homeowners are well on their way to being able to get inside and make things happen and have this house done by end of the summer and be ready to move in and enjoy it for Thanksgiving and for Christmas without having to fight the weather. So paid the price now, and it'll all pay off at the end of the job where they're able to move in before the snow and the rains come back this fall. I'm sure that there's been a lot of questions on this house. I try and get back to on all of that, but there's you know, a lot of questions, and I realize it's tough for you guys where you're looking through the peephole on our videos. You're not getting the full perspective. You don't have all the information. We try and share as much as we can, but if there are questions, please put them down in the comments and we'll get to them as we can, or we'll do a live video. I'm really liking the live videos because we can kind of interact and I can field questions, and it seems to be better than me sitting down and one by one answering all the questions. I can answer a lot more questions and I can be more specific. So as we do more live videos in the coming weeks, hopefully if you've got questions on this particular project that we're working on, we can get those answered for you. And now with spring coming on, and we're going to start working on our own place. There's going to be, you know, we're going to start right at the beginning. We've got utility work to do, and grading, and clearing trees, So those will be future videos that we've got to will be coming along this spring and this summer as we get started on that. We've got several other houses to build, so we've got other projects to work on this summer. It's tough. You know, we're kind of in the homesteading genre, but I'm a home builder, and so I share what I'm out doing, and a lot of the times I'm building houses. But I'd like to hear from you guys what it is that you want to share. We want to try and share as much of the experience as possible. We want to try and help folks that are interested in getting back to a more rural lifestyle, that it is doable, and that you know, having a sidewalk in front of your house is not the only option. So we want to share that where we can, and if that is in how to build a house, how to put walls together, how to put a roof on, we want to share that. But certainly there'll be more homestead specific, like animals and pasture and firewood and sawmill and those types of things as we go along. It's just this project's had us really busy the last month or so. So I don't know, I might be rambling now. But again, let us know down in the comments what you like, what you want to see, what you're interested in. We want to answer your questions and share this experience with you, hopefully motivate you to get back to a rural lifestyle. We absolutely love it out here, and we want to share it with everybody. This little piece of heaven that we get to enjoy here in northern Idaho is fantastic, and I wish everybody could be here and enjoy it just like us. So we'll let you go, and we'll catch you on the next video.